And it's a fabulous website. You should all check it out. She writes about everything green and ethical and natural. And she also is starting a new site, sustainyourstyle.com. And she's here just to give us some tips about how to build a successful online business.
All right. Well, first thing, there's a lot of ingredients, but one I think that's really essential is to create what we call is a purple cow. Now, does that ring any? Yeah. Seth Godin is one of my favourite US marketers. He makes a lot of sense. And this idea for a purple cow was conceived when his American family and him were on holiday in France. And you know what it's like as a mom, the kids in the back of the car, they're driving you round Twix. But suddenly you notice the kids were all quiet. And it's because they were looking at fields and cows, quite a novelty. But after a few minutes, they all started up again. And he thought, well, if there had been a purple cow in that field, that would have really shut them. And when you think how many brands and products are out there, particularly websites, I mean, there are millions and millions and millions. The only way you are going to grab their attention, and you've got to grab it really quick, is to create a metaphoric purple cow. And that's one of the reasons why I came up with the Gin Lady. Is that there's quite a few green, information in your magazines out there, and even if they can't remember that it stands for green, independent, and natural, they'll remember it's even different. But more importantly, they remember the name, and it makes them smile. And again, just like Natalie was talking, her site's quite sarcastic at times. The Gin Lady is very sassy, quite cheeky. She doesn't write about all the things you would expect. Yes, fashion, beauty, travel, whatever. But we also write about sex, because that's natural. Or there's actually a real need. There is green, non-toxic sex work, and all that sort of thing. So, but sex sells. So that's why we've attracted, really quite a lot of readers now. Right, so there's no point having a fantastic purple cow if no one knows about it. That's an obvious one, but there's a couple of things I wanted to say. Because everybody knows about SEO. It's the holy grail, for organic Google searches. But the one thing I would say, apart from getting at least 250 sites open to you, is make sure some of your blogger friends can link to you using the keywords that generate the most Google search volume. And I understand that in the trade space, they will let you hyperlink and choose which words, because that's crucial. Because if you've got a decluttering business, you would want some of those keywords, those words linking to your website, so Google knows that's what you want there. Network like mad. I find that a bit difficult at times, because when you're a mum, there isn't much time. And follow up with your PR. And don't be scared. Now, we were talking about should you phone up. I like being phoned up because part of the time is because my inbox is flooded. Or at least send a reminder email. Oh, what did you think? Did you take a look at the website? Aren't those shoes or whatever? Magnificent, blah, blah, blah. Just don't think you can blast out a generic press release, and personalise it and follow it up in some way. It's quite interesting. Customer service. I can't believe, looking at the research, and I wish I had the stats here, but I can start preparing this until I was on the tube, is so many people don't reply to their customer service. So if you want to really make yourself stand out and get the repeat business, you've got to get that package sent immediately, all your emails responded to as quick as possible, because literally it's a huge, 50% or more, just no replies. And also just try and, again, going back to that purple cow thing, try and be a bit different. So if you have a physical product that you send out, make sure that your packaging isn't just sustainable, but they'll leave something in there that they'll really remember you by, and don't just say, well, I really appreciate your custom. That's the same with bloggers, or, I call mine a blogazine, because it's sort of in between a blog and a magazine. Is that, acknowledge some of the comments. You can't acknowledge everyone, because it's not relevant, but, you've got to have that really look after your customers. Active learning. I'm not saying all the obvious things, but active learning, once you've launched your business, continually feed in the feedback that you're getting. Now, that might, I think it's always worth to do a customer survey. You can get SurveyMonkey and all the cheap survey tools, you didn't have to pay for it. But really find out, because just like in a retail store, you don't have that advantage in a retail store where you can just strike up a conversation, so you've got to actively, ask for it. So really invest a bit of time into getting feedback. And active learning also is, if you're going to invest a lot of money in Google Ads, which can actually suck up a lot of money, I really would create at least 2 landing pages and test which one is best, because as Tabitha knows, conversion rates can be really quite low online, as low as 1% or even less. And you've got to always try, because it makes a huge difference. You can get up to 10% or more, So create 2 Google landing pages, pick the one, and then, in a few months' time, do it again. And same for subscribers, whether you're a blog or a shop. We've mentioned that a lot of businesses have these blogs. Really try and capture subscribers, because then you've got that constant opportunity to communicate with them. But again, test your subscriber page. So that's something about to do with the gym lady. Don't spend a fortune. You don't have to. For instance, my websites are all built with a very cost-effective software called Squarespace. It's American. I just can't believe it. I've wasted 50 grand on a website before. This stuff cost me, I think, $25, $30 US dollars a month. And I can do anything and everything. And it's been so successful that people now ask my firm, and I've started doing that. So we now do contract publishing, quite cost-effective, websites for businesses. The Organic Experience Company, of course, but we've got quite a few websites done, and we've got a lot more lined up for next year.
Yeah, it's like the same company that Panic, but it is pretty good.
It's a very young guy in New York. He's phenomenally rich. And I just think, really look for contra deals. Think outside the box, with marketing. You don't have to spend a fortune. For instance, I was thinking about Mimimine, and if I was marketing t-shirts and creating my own t-shirts, I would think, well, that washing label is an opportunity to maybe recommend an eco-friendly detergent company if they were prepared to do something back. That's not what you might not think, but really think outside the box. And all your marketing doesn't have to be online. Next year I'm doing a huge thing right across the UK, and our presence is going to be very much on the high street. I'm not going to say any more than that. And just don't get scared, just go for it, because you don't have to get it right the first time.
Thanks so much.